Hey, T.O., what up? Fake Jim Roman. Just reminding you that at 8:45, it's time for One of the Week. Brought to you by TW Steel. Get geeked about it, get amped about it, have a take, and do not suck. You can tweet, you can email, and talk about anything you have a take on. Get with it. LeBron is back in the finals, and he'll probably win. I know you don't like that. Also, what about the doping in MLB? By the way, the guy that was jacked up is Ryan Braun, not from Seinfeld, Lloyd Braun.
Oh, that Lloyd Braun, he is something, isn't he?
And guess who's in studio? Yeah, one of our favorites, Aaron Ward. And we got Scotch.
Tailored suits, chauffeured cars, fine hotels, and big cigars. Played for the Wings, got 2 rings. When the desk heats up, he's the king. He fights on TV, not playing the fool. Just like Fonzie, he's got a big pool. But he's a go on Richard's show. Ask him to dance, and he'll say no. Come on, loving for the hockey. Come on, listen when Wardo talks. Come on, loving for the hockey. Come on, listen when Wardo talks. Ooh.
Give me a triple shot of that juice.
Here we go. Yeah. Lisa Varga also in studio. Thank you so much for coming in here this morning.
Thank you for having me. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh, you have no idea how much fun this is going to be.
I watched you stick your face in the cup with the whiskey with the scotch, and you got that shiver like when you're getting a massage.
What kind of massage?
I don't know. I'm not elaborating on that one. I'm just saying I watched your face, and there's a sense of satisfaction there.
Oh, my God. This is obviously very, very good stuff here. Now, Lisa Varga, just tell the folks this morning who are listening exactly who you are.
I am Lisa Varga. I was born and raised in South Bend, Indiana. Small town girl. But of Notre Dame fame. Notre Dame fame. That's my hometown where I'm from. So growing up there, we're always into sports, football, Irish. We're in the headlines all the time lately. And I decided I wanted to be an actress at a very young age. And that's what I pursued, and lived in L.A. for 15 years. Started an acting career, so I'm an actress, model, spokesperson. I've been doing it my whole life.
Now, is there something that the people would know you from? Is there something we've seen you from?
Recently, I did Homeland. I was in season 1, episode 4.
Homeland? Wait a minute.
Demi with 2 M's. I was Mike Faber's date that he brought to a party.
Oh, yeah.
His cover-up date.
That's a great show, too.
It's a really great show. And I was a huge 24 fan, so it's all the same producers, writers, everyone's...
24 was awesome.
Oh, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. So this was great for me to be on this show.
And then Kiefer did that show with the weird kid that didn't talk.
Yeah.
And everything was to do with numbers. But he was supposed to be, sort of the softer guy, where I still want Kiefer to go, if you don't tell me something, I'm going to stick this fork up your ass.
I was waiting every second for him to do something or come around the corner with a gun. So.
Yeah, I get that. But now you're doing a lot of things, including something for charity, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, this is something that's really close to my heart. It's called Fight Club for Cancer. And the story behind that is my brother, Shane, who is a 2-time cancer survivor. He, in 2009, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he's been through quite an ordeal. He went through chemo, radiation. We thought he was okay, and then a year later it came back. Then he had a sternotomy, and then he had a stem cell transplant. So this has been an ongoing thing for 4 years. But just recently, we're so happy to say last week, he had his 1 year and 10-month scan, and he's clean.
That's unbelievable.
So, yeah.
That is, we talk about the fights and what goes on, battles in terms of sports, and Wardo, you can certainly talk about that. But when she talks about that kind of fight, where it's simply not in the same league, it's something that affects the whole family. Not only does he go through it, but you do. But that is really. That is unbelievable. What great news, though. That's fantastic.
Oh, we were thrilled. So Fight Club for Cancer is, like you said, when you are going through cancer, you fight. You fight for your life. You fight for your family. You fight for yourself. So my brother and I were talking, and we decided he really wanted to give back because this affected his life and all of ours. And we said, what kind of charity can we start? So we called it Fight Club for Cancer. And so what we want to do is we want to get sports involved, because during the process, he actually had some really great athletes that he admired that would give him phone calls, sign things for him. So it was a neat thing to uplift his spirits and give him hope to keep going. And so we thought, wow, how great, we're going to bring athletes and entertainers and musicians, anyone that can kind of boost someone's spirit when they're going through cancer. So we want to have different types of charity events, and we thought, okay, what kind of sports have fighting in it? Well, hockey, of course, boxing, UFC. So we're probably going to have...
It does?
Aaron, can you tell us a little bit about fighting?
No. I was always on the receiving end.
So, yeah.
And so these events, one is coming up in the fall, correct?
Yes, we have one this fall, and it's with the University of Notre Dame. And Coaches versus Cancer, which they are very involved with cancer. In South Bend, where Notre Dame is, we have raised over $2 million just in our city. So it's very well received there. So Coaches versus Cancer, we're teaming up with them, University of Notre Dame, and we're going to do a clinic for pediatric cancer. So we're going to have kids that have cancer come in and do this little clinic for them, and just give them a day where they can be normal and enjoy sports. And we have coaches, athletes that are involved in it. So we're really excited, and it's going to be our first big event there.
Now, of course, the tie-in here in this city is Dave Poulin was a coach
yes.
Of the program, the hockey program, for the better part of 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
I think it was my era. When I was at University of Michigan, he was there.
So
way back.
Yeah, back in the day. It's funny. When I lived in Eugene, Oregon, and then coming back through the States, I got a chance to see the facilities at South Bend. And that's back when Digger Phelps was still coaching basketball. And he used to go to a lot of the games simply because the strategy was very similar between, as he said, hockey and basketball, except we don't have a guy with leggings who sits in the net once you get there. But he was fascinated by the whole thing because Notre Dame has had from time to time a pretty good program.
Yeah, actually, they've been better recently. But when I was there, this is, again, we'll go way back in the 90s. They've built an unbelievable facility. I've been told actually Notre Dame maybe rivals pro programs. But when we were playing, they actually shared the facility. It was this big giant bubble, and the rink was to the left side. And intramural basketball games would be going on behind the stands, so you could sit in the penalty box and watch the game going on.
Yeah,
the basketball game. That's amongst the fraternities.
Yeah, that's the facility I saw.
Yeah,
that's what.
now it's modern and it's unbelievable. They recruit. The big reason there's a big upswing in their program is the fact that the facilities are top notch.
Yeah, and and that again. Now, not to upset you, but what are the facilities like at Ohio State?
They're great, actually. Yeah. I think the hockey program shares it with the basketball program. That arena, it's facilities again top notch. It's what happens. You have alumni that drop massive checks. Penn State. It's Pagula who owns the Sabres. Dropped $88 million to build a place. Just for the hockey program.
No, it's the world has certainly changed. When you talk about NCAA hockey. In fact, we were talking about draft and drafting. How has it changed? And I said, well, I think there was one time where we just assumed the greatest players were going to come out of Canadian junior hockey and the CHL. You can't say that anymore. Not only has it come worldwide, where we know so much more about the players in all the different parts of Europe, but you have to consider the number of players that have come out of U.S. college. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's got to be it's significant. Let's put it that way.
Oh, back when I was playing, everybody pointed to the fact that everybody came from the CHL. But everybody's got their qualities they can point to as to who and why they develop and end up in the National Hockey League. But I think one of the things that's changed now is you've got so many training facilities outside of the colleges and the junior programs. You look at Roberts here in town, who has the program that has Stamkos and a litany of guys that step up. Everybody does extra outside of where their home arena or home team is.
Now, on the other side, so we're going to talk a little bit about Scotch, which is one of the...
Before we start, do you think there's a bit of an irony here that at 8:12, you and I are the guys at TSN. Yeah. Like when they said, "Are you interested in drinking Scotch at 8:12?" I was, sign me up. Oh, Mike Richards, surprise! Look at that surprise face.
Yeah. We should get Shane 90 on the phone too. He's probably still up anyway. And on the other side, so we will do that. We'll talk about South Bend, but not Gary.
No.
We're not good. That's where the Jacksons grew up.
We're going to leave that alone.
The family that gives each other new faces for Christmas. It's 8:13 on TSN 1050.